So for the last educational computer science video, we're going to be looking at a for loop. So a for loop is used to repeat specific code for a number of times, multiple times, depending on what's in the conditions. So this is split into three parts. There's the starting value of a loop variable, and in this case, we're using one. There is it checks how many, it basically just shows you how many times the loop will loop. And then this is the part of the code that modifies the loop variable. So for this example, we start with one, and this code should run about less than or equal to 5 times. And after every run, the loop will repeat, and the starting variable will go up by one. And so we have an if statement inside the for loop. And that would mean that in this case, if I is equal to 3, the code will stop. And that means that this will stop when I is equal to 3, but it's 1 right now. So it'll loop. And since it isn't equal to 3, it'll keep going and it'll print out I, which would be 1. And then it'll start over. It'll increase by 1. And now I is 2. And then it'll run the code again. If I is equal to 3, which it isn't, it's still 2. It'll go back. It'll continue and print out I, which is 2. And finally, I will increase once more and start again. So now I is 3. And if I equals to 3, which it does now, because this is the third iteration of the loop, it'll break. And that'll end the for loop. Let's run it. Java ex1.java. So as you can see, it prints out 1, 2. Since when I equals 3, the code stops and it breaks. So the break statement means that it'll exit the loop early, and it won't continue all 5 times. So if we increase this to, I don't know, 5? No, wait. Yeah, 5. We'll try 5. I'll run this again. The loop will keep going until it reaches 5, in which case it'll break. So if we replace break with continue, Java ex1.java. Well, in this case, it wouldn't really matter because 5 is the last, is the, it's the last, it's the highest number of times it'll loop anyway. We can change it to 6. Yeah, okay, so in this case, I would be less than or equal to 6, meaning that it can't go past, the loop can't go past 6 times. But in this case, since we start with 1, it'll loop, print out 1. Then I will increase it 2, then I'll loop it again, and then 3, it'll loop it again, print it out, and then 4, it'll loop it again and print out. But when it reaches 5, if I is equal to 5, it continues. And this continue means it'll skip every other code and start again, which means it won't print out 5. It'll just loop again. And once I equals 6, it'll print out 6. And that's how the continue code works. Continue statement skips all the current code and just goes on to the next iteration of the code, which is why, as you can see, it doesn't print out 5 here on the bottom. So yeah, that was basically just a simple little introduction to the for loop.